Okay, Rimworld again today. Last time, we did a couple things. First of all, we harvested our first corn crop, and I didn't even notice it. Second of all, we've been very slowly working towards getting the resources for a giant border wall around the entire map to make this a little easier. But now that we got the corn, I'm going to be changing from carnivore fine meals to also produce uh, lavish meals. Now, we're going to do this until we have 10 of them. This is going to be something that we aren't prioritizing to have a massive bulk of. Actually, you know what? Maybe 20. And the reason why we're having these is because I would like my people to get the mood buff from lavish meals. It's not very efficient resource-wise, so... Now, we are having power issues, it seems. Or maybe it's just because I just loaded the save. Okay, no, it's just because of the save. Okay. But yeah, we do need to get wood for these traps. We do not have, like, very much at all. We're at 288 because there was just a toxic fallout which destroyed most of the trees. It might be worth chopping down some of the Harbinger trees, although it's probably not the best idea due to the fact that they are considered anima trees. But we might need to. Oh, hang on. Bulk goods trader. Maybe we won't after all. So, oh boy, we could get chickens again. Remember when I had those and they weren't worth it? Because way too many eggs and way too many animals? Yeah. Well, we won't get one of those. Let's see. We could sell our Muffalo or our Stallion, which I don't really want to do, but we could, I guess. Let's see. There's our amount of corn we've got. That's pretty good. Definitely want advanced components. Sadly, they don't sell that many. We might run out of regular components too, so let's buy up all of it. Sell all our leather and wolf skin. We don't need it. Sell all these drugs we managed to somehow find. We don't need jade either. Plasteel we are low on, so I will buy it. Let's see. Ultra Mech Tech. Oh. I'm good, but interesting. We could buy wood. Honestly, I might. I think it's probably going to be worth it. I'll sell this gas mask. I don't need it. And now we just get rid of all the sculptures. And buy their gold. Now, we are obviously still going to be losing a lot of money doing this. However, that's fine. We're making statues for a reason. Now, are these still all suspended? Okay. I didn't want them to be, so I'm glad they aren't. So there we go. Now we've got a nice amount of wood to rebuild all these traps. We do need the hauler droid to, like, hurry up a bit. Now, one negative thing of having this big tunnel here is, unless we want to put a door between every single trap, we're basically asking for people to set them off, because there's nothing we can really do to avoid it. So I'm actually going to leave all the marble chunks in here. I had to cancel those to do that. It will be slightly annoying dealing with it, but oh well. But like right here, this nerve spiker, if we want it, we have to just let it get possibly the person who grabs it injured. It's not definite, but it's possible. Shoot Frenzy for Yan, that's quite nice. Now remember, the plan is we're going to get a lot of mechanoids, combat mechanoids specifically, that can help protect us during this final showdown, whenever it ends up happening. It depends on how fast we produce these resources. And we're going to have Clone Tammy go out to actually do the activation itself. Tammy herself, I'd really rather not lose. She's got all these bionics, and she's going to be one of our last lines of defense to protect the colony. And considering the fact that there are those giant gulper shits, you know, the devourers out there during the event, I'd really rather not send her out there until that's like the only option we've got left. Not to say that I'd send out like Hemlock first, but when I say the only option we have left, I mean once the clone is gone. And I say clone, but I am planning on having multiple clones. Now the way you gotta go about that, because it's not as easy, it's easier said than done. There's a time limit with duplicating before they disappear. Not only that, but there's a limit to how many times you can use the duplicator in a certain amount of time. You use it once and it goes on a cooldown. Because of that, we need to get them in advance, but they die over time. So how do you get them in advance if they die over time? Now there's two ways we could do this. One that we can do that is the better option, and one that we can do that is the worst option. Now the worst option is what I would normally do if I didn't have Hemlock and Blotch. But you see, the way we could do it is we could put the clone into suspended animation in cryosleep. And then we just keep, you know, get an army of cryo-sleeping things. Now, that would work, and we are going to kind of do that. I'll touch on that in a second. But that doesn't solve the issue of they still decay over time. They only last like 2 days. And we don't want clones that only last 2 days. That's where Hemlock and Blotch come in. We can cure them using their healer mech tech abilities. Their unnatural healing, I believe, can heal them. If it can't, oh well. But we still want to put them in suspended animation either way so they don't eat all our food. Because, frankly, Tammy doesn't have much use to the colony other than that and construction. And I really don't see a purpose in it. Why keep around a person who only is building things? Now, when we get to the point where we're actually building the walls, I'll let them out. But I don't know when that's going to happen. And it is worth noting, Tammy needs to level up her melee skill, right? We want to get this up a lot higher. We're going to have a bunch of the copies of this Uranium Warhammer. We're going to have a bunch of those saved up in storage for the clones to each just grab one, go into cryosleep, and wait. Now, armor-wise, we're not making all of them recon armor with cataphract helmets. That would be nice to do, but we can't do that. That's just not realistic. So instead, we are gonna have to give them some level of armor, though, so that they can at least take a bit of hits. So I'm thinking maybe we do flak armor or plate armor. I'm not 100% sure. There is the chance that we'll just give them no armor and say, fuck it, go wild, but that one's kind of a risky strat, just sending a bunch of naked people out to go for it. But Tammy is tough. She does have tough and jogger, so like that's why I want to clone her specifically, and tough could be the make or break. The armor might not be necessary. So, maybe. But not sure yet. For now, though, we do have these drills here that are just not being used. And that's mostly because we're still setting up all these traps over here. And it's taking a while. It doesn't help that Tammy seems to keep building one and then just stopping over and over again. Maybe, who else can we have constructing? Hemlock. Okay, so when they wake up, I'll make sure Hemlock is helping. Unless, or is he, oh wait, he's making a Hellcat rifle. Why is he making a Hellcat rifle? Oh, it's because I wanted to make a really good one for Blotch. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to suspend that for now. And we'll let him instead work on the bionic arm if he's going to work on anything at all. Please prioritize that over the advanced components, buddy. Because these bionic arms will be better than the tentacle arms. I was going to have him help her with building, but I forgot I needed to make those bionic arms. There's still a lot of work to do, right? This is not going to get done this week. There was the possibility if last week I didn't have the fucking stream where nothing happened because we were stuck inside the whole time, that also actually technically was worse than nothing happening because it also killed all of the plant life, which means that we had no trees to chop for rebuilding all of these fucking traps. So if anything, that day, if it would have just never happened, we'd be further ahead than we are now. But yeah, point is, we're not gonna be able to finish it this week. If that one had happened, we might have been able to, but we're definitely not now. Okay, so this whole hallway has been finished. So now it's just these traps that need to be finished. Yan's got her time filled by just constantly feeding these guys. We've got a lot of extra weapons saved up. I did forget to have Tammy grab that Zeus hammer. We specifically bought it so she'd have one. And Blotch, what Hellcat rifle? You have excellent, okay. And we've got like nerve spikers and other shit that we don't really need just in here. It's not much to really do with it. Now we do have 2 bionic arms done. Yan is the one who needs to have those first because, I mean, come on. She's our medic. So I do want to make one of these, but we need a high subcore. I believe the encoder makes basic ones. The soft scanner makes a standard one. Is it the rip scanner then that we need? I believe this, yeah, this makes high. So we need a rip scanner. Which will kill someone. So we're gonna need another person abducted as well. Let's go ahead and do that. Hang on. Skip abduction. Doesn't really matter who does it because I don't care how long they're unconscious, they're gonna die anyway. Did that just not count? Okay, that was weird. But yeah, we're gonna, you know, rip through their brain anyway. Or one of these guys' brain and we'll keep this one. Either way, we're gonna remove their legs or brain, so it won't matter. Wow, free Doomsday rocket launcher. That's a big deal. Okay, so 13-year-old girl, I feel kind of bad about that, but you are a gourmand as well. Well, that... Congratulations, we're not keeping you around. Let's just go ahead and put her in the rip scanner pretty much the moment it's done, because I do not want to deal with all of that food cost. Matter of fact, since I didn't care about the quality, I don't know why I had multiple people do that. I should have just had one. I wasn't thinking. Oh, well. Do they have any gear on them? Flak pants, normal. Well, you know what? Hey, free armor. May as well. I mean, hey, it'll be nice to put on one of the Tammy clones, I guess. Although it does slow them down. I think about it. Flak armor slows people down, and so does plate armor. Oh, well. Now, we don't have enough plasteel, nor enough steel. And it's because we're working on this bionic arm. If I cancel it, how much plasteel do we have then? 120. Okay. We're going to suspend this and the advanced components and have Hemlock instead work on other shit so that we can actually get our plasteel reserves back up. Because we need our plasteel reserves back up. Because we need to make this paramedic so that we can have someone actually replace our arms. And to do that, we're going to need more plasteel. Sadly, we kind of just need Tammy to hurry up and do all the million things. Oh, wait, did we actually get enough resources? Oh, yeah, there's all this plasteel over here. I kind of forgot. Keep working on this. We need to get this finished. Oh, well, I mean, I can just unsuspend it afterwards. After I make sure we have... Okay, yeah, we have all the resources needed. Okay, cannot... Waiting for ingredients. Yeah, you can't do hauling, that's why. I was wondering why she couldn't haul it, and then I remembered. Now, they are getting those lavish meals for the nice 12 mood buff, which is insanely good to have. Now, we're putting in rice. Rise? I don't know. So go ahead, Yan. Go bring that 13-year-old girl to her fate, because she had the gall to be hungry. Thing is, I genuinely wouldn't have, I wouldn't have killed her. I would have kept her because she was younger and therefore could stick around longer if it weren't for that. I could have done a chronophagy to make her not as young and deal with the fact that Yan's getting up there in age, and so is Tammy. Oh well. Not that important. But now, Tammy, when you wake up, yeah, you can make the, you make the paramedic. I mean, it's gonna have to gestate for a while, but... Yeah, Tammy having to milk the cows is also part of the issue. Maybe I should have just stuck with the chickens and gotten rid of the cows. Oh well. Let her enjoy the party, and then I'll have her work at the gestator. Okay, well, that's all she wanted to do for the party. Whatever. And she goes back, whatever. Work frenzy, nice! I am glad Hemlock got that. He is the one who needs it the most. We need a go frenzy on Tammy, and this is what Hemlock needs. Yan, frankly, I don't think she's doing much. Blotch isn't really doing much, so either of them, their frenzies wouldn't matter. But yeah, Hemlock getting a frenzy right here means he's going to be crafting the bionic arms even faster. That's nice. In about 1.5 days, we will finally have a paramedic that we can use for Yan, and then we're going to have it replace her arms, and then we're going to just put it in hibernation. And that's it. We're done with it. Probably forever. But if we get another thing to install in Yan, then we'll need to wake it up. And I'm not going to destroy it because that's a waste. But I am going to disable it, have it turned off. Because no point in keeping it around when it's not doing anything. This helmet's down to 70%. Did someone take off their helmet and that's why, or... No, okay. Strange. How's the lifter doing? Taking its time as usual. Oh, we want to haul everything except for this. Since it's too late now. Actually, this one is fine to haul. I mean, it's kind of nice to have it slowing them down in here, so maybe I shouldn't. Slowing people down is a nice thing, especially after they've gone through all of this, because more time for them to bleed out, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Oh. Okay, do they have anything to burrow? No. Okay, stay in the walls, everybody. At least this gives them time to scan for things. And 3 down. Or centipedes are going to take a lot of these traps back out. I never did have auto arm back on. Damn it. I have to rebuild these by hand because I'm a moron. You know what? No. Forget it, actually. Let's just leave it like this for now. Okay, we need everyone to get over here now. Because although having that many traps is nice, it also really is annoying. At least they're spreading the damage amongst themselves pretty well. Okay. Honestly, Hemlock, go do your own thing. You're not doing much right now. Wait, we might need you with 3 of them here. They are very slow because of how much they've been damaged by the traps. Now you fall back. Okay, see, now that's why we, that's why we do this. Hemlock, no. Just go through. Tammy, no. Go through. You guys just stop. Tammy has this. Yeah, it's not that important that we have traps all the way up this. Plus it means we can haul these again. Come on, Tammy. Hurry up and kill it. Really taking your time. There we go. Meanwhile, the clean sweeper was just waiting to clean up until she was done. Now, it's not ideal having that happen, but oh well. I think we get rid of these barricades at this point. It used to be a strat, like you even saw it working in the past in this map, but after they did some kind of update, they patched it. How long until this is done? 6 hours. Let's just deconstruct these barricades so that they're not as protected. Good enough. Yeah, all the cow milking is getting a bit much. Okay, paramedic is done. Now, yeah, now we're gonna allow best quality medicine because let's be real here, it's a paramedic, it needs it. Oh, she's still eating caravan food. Oh, no. Okay, right and left shoulders. And we need Tammy in here to defend from what's going to happen afterwards. Paramedic doing the install. Very slow at its job, but... Did it get damaged at all? No, okay, we're good. Tammy, go ahead and eat something while the paramedic does the next surgery. It's gonna take a while anyway. Look how delicious that looks. Mm-mm. That ratatouille? Okay, now why don't you go ahead and work on it? On this. And now you can go ahead and be turned off. Just have you... go right into the center, and I will turn it off. There you go. Now, does that still use bandwidth? It does. Oh, okay. Well, that kind of sucks, but we can... We might have to deconstruct it along with the hauler and the clean sweeper when we're doing the actual, like, final event thing. But that'll be, like, the end times. What I'll do is I'll save it right before I deconstruct them, or whatever. And then once I've done that, save. Because I want to finish this game. If that means I have to save scum, then I have to save scum. I'm not going to, like, hyper save scum. But I wanna save and then do it, and then if everything goes wrong, I want to be able to reload before my colony is completely decimated. Power, yet again, having issues. I think it's time we deal with that. We're gonna have to just... We're gonna have to get some power producers that need batteries. I think that's really the only thing we could do. I mean, we could do a toxifier generator, I guess. But I'd rather not. So yeah, we don't really have many other options. So let's find a place to put these batteries. It needs to be indoors, so... There we go. That'll be a nice amount of batteries. Matter of fact, I don't even need one there because I'll put another 2 here. That'll be a nice amount of batteries, and then we just get some like solar and wind power or whatever. We'll probably do solar. It's probably better than wind. Since wind would need to be outside of our safe zone. Although, admittedly, the safe zone gets bigger and bigger by the day. Is there not a roof here? There isn't. Is there a reason there's not a roof here? I guess there's just not enough room. Needs a column. I'll make it out of wood because who cares? Now, the one thing I really hate about using batteries, and it's the whole reason why I've been avoiding it, is you have to worry about bzzzt events. So actually, you know what? Because I just said about I'm going to do this one out of wood because who cares, but I just realized if I'm going to have to deal with bzzzt events, we're going to need to replace the floors from wood or deal with if there's a bzzzt event. Now, the thing is, in the rooms where there's already enough flammable shit, like in here, maybe we still replace the floor with something, but I don't know, because But in here, there's no point. Everything can fucking burn in there. The shelves, we're not replacing the shelves. Same within the kitchen. But, like, in the bedrooms, and especially this big room here, I don't know. It's one of those situations where, like, I really don't want to have to replace the floors in more rooms than I have to, but this event could ruin the game. It could just ruin it completely. That's why I hate batteries, because they can't. The event can't happen if there's no batteries. Hey, they have glitter world medicine, nice. More plasteel to buy, I'll take that. Psychic Soothe Pulsar, I don't think I need that. Selling a liver. Interesting. A bionic heart. That's nice. If we give that to someone, then we won't have to worry about them too much. They'll get some movement speed because they'll be more conscious. That could be worth it, but it is also 1,291. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy it. We just accept that we don't have a bionic heart for anyone but Tammy. Because Tammy's bionic heart, it is quite nice having her have that. Gives 125% part efficiency, which, I mean, it is nice having it. But I don't want to, because I don't know who else would really benefit from it. Yen, no. Hemlock, maybe. Blotch, no. But Hemlock, I don't think needs it, because he's a vampire, so we don't have to worry about like a heart attack or anything. We'd be just getting it for the consciousness boost. And at that point, just give him fucking go juice. Tammy, can we work on maybe getting the batteries a little up and running? Or do that? Well, now we at least have some batteries up. We might not even need solar power. We might be able to just get by with only batteries, but not sure. Now, a way to avoid this event is to just have switches, and have the batteries in a way far off room. I don't like doing that, because I really dislike having to send someone to go deal with the power when they inevitably, the power isn't that big of an issue. And if the power is that big of an issue, then you pretty much always need it on. It's one of those situations where either I always want it on, or I'd always want it off. So I may as well just always have it on, or not build it in the first place. I don't know. Maybe I'm just showing my lack of skill in this game mode. Game mode in this game. I can't talk. Tammy's having a really bad time because of the psychic drone. Even with having eaten a lavish meal, she's got more than double the pain, almost triple, from that psychic drone. So, not ideal. Now, we can't do another skip abduction yet. We could do a de-aging for Tammy, so she's not 37 anymore, or for Yan, so she's not 39. Which would probably be the better idea, because Yan's actually not, you know, she's human, so she might eat it. So we'll do it with Shadow. How many years? Yan will become 20 years old. Yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted exactly, so I'm fine with that. I don't need to do any more psychic sensitivity at all. If it would have made her like 24, I would have had her wear some L-Tex gear to make it lower, because I wanted her to be 20 on the dot. That's the ideal age for pawns, if you're curious, 20. Now you remember last time I talked about making a clone army by doing the biotech method as opposed to the anomaly method. I spent more time looking into it, and I don't think it'd be worth it. The reason being, while it is very much a doable thing, the amount of resources we'd be spending for these super soldiers that would really not be worth it compared to just cloning Tammy. The cloning Tammy route gives us better soldiers for what we need because they have Jogger and Tough, which is better than having a high melee stat because they aren't actually going out there to fight much. They're going out there to activate the obelisk and die, right? These are suicide missions that I'm sending them on. So, frankly, it doesn't matter. Now let's enable industrial meds for both of you guys. Let's give them the arms they need. Left and right. Left and right. Tammy's going to protect them once they're laying there and Yin actually starts the surgery. Yin, can you do the surgery? Whatever. I use the telescope. Okay, you're done. Forget feeding the meal. Operate. Jeez. I like how it pauses, but it doesn't matter. It's already dead. I believe there's another arm over here. Oh no, it just hasn't been finished crafting yet. Oh well, he'll get one of the new arms. So right now he's still got one tentacle on his right arm, but for the most part he's been replaced. Which means that their socials should be a lot better now. Still not a big fan of Yan. But they'll get over it in time, I believe. What do you have to trade? Yeah, I didn't think it'd be a bionic arm. Yan's social, on the other hand, she likes pretty much everyone but Tammy. And then it's just Hemlock and Blotch. How do you guys feel about each other? You like each other. Great. So now... Wait, there was another arm? Well, I'll be damned, it was already done. Okay, well, that's... okay, Yen dealt with it. I know there was another arm already. Well then, yeah, so now once Yan and Tammy get over their neutralness for each other, and they start liking each other more, we'll be done with making the colony not hate each other anymore, because, friendly reminder, they have literally fucking hated each other. Everyone has hated each other in this colony since the beginning, pretty much. Because of, once I gave them tentacles, they all found each other hideous. So now they all like each other more. You know, Yan and Tammy, I do think it's funny how Yan... She's got the plus 20 because of her being appealing, but the minus 25 because of her being... creepy breathing. So maybe if we gave Tammy one more aesthetic surgery, it'd be better. But I think with time they should just like each other as the insult debuff goes away. So I won't worry about it yet. I'll only give her that if she needs it. It might be nice for her to have that though, just because the creepy breathing is basically a minus 25 with the, you know, or minus 5 with the plus 20 from her physically appealing, but we can make her drop dead gorgeous, and then it's basically just a positive 15 instantly off the bat. Might be worth it. Not sure. What does Tammy have that makes her appealing right now? Is it just because of her sanguiphage, I believe? So we could just give her one thing, like an aesthetic shaper. Also, we don't need a new bionic arm now. 15 and 3, or an aesthetic nose would be... where's the aesthetic nose? Am I blind? Oh, it's right under it. Yeah, I am. Okay, the aesthetic nose is cheaper, so I'm gonna make that one. I thought it was. That's why I was checking. And that'll effectively make Tammy fast friends with everybody. Cultist hate chant. Okay. Wait, one guy? One raider? Oh, no. Everyone inside. We need to figure out who the actual chanters are. Tammy's daughter? Well... Whoa, takes after her mother, except from the fact that she's a fucking high mate. Oh, high mate's so bad. They are just so bad. Your daughter is terrible, Tammy. Okay, who's doing the chanting? Everybody is. Well, let's send Tammy out one at a time to deal with them. And while she's doing that, let's have Yan and Blotch both go over here. What type of shell you guys using? None. Let's do high explosives. This barrel is gonna need replaced in just 2 shots. So why don't we have Yan rearm it instead, and then... Well, you know what? No. We'll get our 2 shots off instead. Let's not be inefficient. Okay, you guys have fun just bombing everybody. Just don't shoot where Tammy's at. How fucked did this guy get? Oh! Both his arms are gone. Okay, we'll just leave him be. He's not gonna do anything. I have to keep an eye on these guys so they don't accidentally attack where Tammy's at. They don't respond when attacked. Yeah, I know. That's kind of the plan. Although that does make me wonder if Incendiary would be better because of that. Okay, that should be enough from the mortars. How's the hate chanting coming along? Not too bad yet. Well, let's rescue her. The reason we're rescuing her is because hopefully she will leave the faction and not stay with us, but if she stays with us, we'll just have to kick her out. She hit him once and took out his entire leg. Okay, they've ended their chant. Gun Melee, melee, melee. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun. Okay, there's a lot of guns. Gun. Yan, don't get shot. Gun. Gun. Melee. That's kind of funny. Okay, Yan's safe. I do have the mech staying inside, right? Yeah. Lumpy is using death refusal to resurrect. Wow, good for Lumpy. I don't care. Now I care. Actually, you know what? Who cares? I have a shield for exactly this reason. You hit me once, now you die. What did she take off? The entire arm, of course. I love Tammy. She is so fucking strong. All that, and she barely took any damage. Oh. Well, she's with us now, I guess. We'll have to kick her out later. Wait, I'm sorry. Last ate human meat. She's incapable of violence, but she needs to eat human flesh. This game is something else. Let's wait until... Oh look, the door's open. You want to turn around? No, okay. Did his whole head just get knocked off? Yeah. I'll get back in here. Because we got some friends coming. Wallace is using death refusal. Good for Wallace. Someone getting hurt? Weird. Dead. A lot of death refusals here. What are your stats? Wow, pretty bad. Tammy, hang on. Good job, Tammy. That's why we love you. You suffer any permanent damage? No. Bunch of minor damage. Blotch, how'd you get hurt? Oh. Just tend to him before you eat. It's one wound. Well, that went pretty well, I'd say. Ranja over here does kind of need to get kicked out of the group, though. She can't walk, so we can't banish her. If only she wasn't a high mate. Like, seriously, if she wasn't a high mate, I would happily keep a brawler. I'm gonna cure her paralytic abasia just so that I can wait. Well, no. Well, let's just fix her brain. We're entirely doing this just so that we can banish her. We're using Glitter World meds just to get rid of her ass. Is it expensive? Yes. Is it worth it? No. Am I doing it anyway? Yes. And it's entirely just because I don't want to waste the food on her. So instead I'm wasting Glitter World meds on her. I don't really need Glitter World that much. Food I do need. Glitter World meds I don't. And I'm not sure if I could have really healed her with the unnatural healing, by the way. If I could have, then oh well, I wasted Glitter World meds. Sue me. You know. Oh look, more. 28. Wow. I can't afford the 28, but, you know. A Berserk Pulse. A pretty good one to get, though. Okay, we can't afford all the Glitter World meds, so let's just undo that. Get rid of the components as well. And we will, not selling the gold. There. That'll be it. Ranja, congratulations! What gear do you have, by the way? Nothing that good. You can wear your toque out. Does give a -3 to colonist banish, but at least your daughter is not dead. We saved her life. Now we get rid of her because she's useless. Silent Neuroformer, guarded by 8 wasters. Yeah, we'll do that. I genuinely, that's pretty damn good. 1.6 days. We want Tammy and Yan to both go. Because we need the best gunner and the best attacker, or the best melee person going together. You don't need the Hemogen pack. And we'll take lavish meals, I guess. Two and a half days. Actually, you know what? Can I bring more than that? Yeah, that'll be fine. They might run out of food slightly, but it'll be fine. Oh, the aesthetic nose is ready for when she gets back home as well. Godspeed, both of you. Now, there are going to be 8 bandits there, right? So here's my thought process. Tammy, so these are wasters, which means they will probably have mostly tox grenades and tox launchers. I'd say probably like 2 or 3 of them will be that. Not mostly as in most of them. Mostly as in like, they're going to have a lot of them. So it's only probably going to be 6 wasters really, because we are immune to toxic gas. So it's most likely going to be more like 6. Let's disable this for now, buddy. And of those 6, unless one of them has explosives that are not tox explosives, I think we're fine. Because, like, tox explosives we're immune to. Incendiaries are really bad. And frags are really bad. Tammy can ignore the damage from gunners unless they have a bunch of really powerful gunners. And Tammy's gonna easily outbrawl anyone in melee combat. So, yeah, I'd say Tammy could do this alone, but Yan is here as backup for in case they do have too many people for her to take on. Because if that's 8 melee people, and they all have like decent weapons and decent melee stats, I genuinely could lose if I just sent her. Also, I'm just curious, where does Plasteel go? Oh, in the opposite direction. I'm not going for that. 0.3 days. Will they make it there before nightfall? If they don't, then they actually might starve. Because they'll waste too much time. Please. Please. Don't rest for the night. I wish there was an option to tell them to just not rest and keep going through the night. Or that they just went during their sleep schedule, kind of a thing. Because these guys are nocturnal. Right as they got there, they started using bedrolls. Okay, let's see what grenades what weapons we got. Okay, bolt action, tox grenades. I told you, a knife, bolt action, LMG. It's only 5 of them. There's 3 more, and we're not sure what they've got. But that's, for now, that's not scary. What gives better cover? I've never actually checked. 25% versus 50%. Wow, okay, yeah, rock. Rock is better. I'm pretty sure walls give, like, yeah, even more. Okay, we don't want to fire at will. We want to take out the incendiary launcher over here I saw. And there's a pig skinner with it, by the way. That's kind of interesting. Are there any other scary ones? What do you have on you? A Tox Packo. Yeah, it seems like the incendiary rifle might be the only scary person. Of course it lands directly on Tammy. Okay, did she lose anything? No, she just got a burn on her leg. That is ideal. He is setting up another shot, so I'm gonna try and run. Okay, I'm gonna long jump to just get out of his sight. That's a tox grenade. I don't care about tox grenades. Okay, good. He's down. No more incendiaries to worry about. And they're fleeing. We got the payment. Thank goodness. I'll let Yan just practice, I guess. Okay. Let's take their meals with me. Everything. Medicine, psychoid leaves, yeah, thanks. We don't really need their dye, I'd say. That's kind of unnecessary. No, I want the incendiary launcher. It is worth 340. I should probably take that and the bolt actions. They're both worth 255 each. And yeah, they're coming home. Tammy's the only one who got injured, even a little bit, and she barely got injured at all, so that ideal. That pretty much went perfectly. Hemlock, can you haul in this silent neuroform before it disappears? And then can you trade? We're gonna run out of money with all this shit, by the way. You gonna talk about that? Oh man, more advanced components. I need them. I do. Can I sell all this milk? I think it'd be worth it just to not run dry of money. And the jade we got for some reason. Flak pants, take it. Broken pants, take it. Take these pants as well. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. We could buy more plasteel, but I'm not doing that. We just don't have the money. I could start selling some animals, or I could sell the beef. I don't have a thing in there for the beef. I could sell some of the animals. The stallion is worth 365, which is pretty nice. The animals are each worth about 200. Not that good. We'll keep the animals for now. I do want to tame this muffalo though, wild one. Tammy's fully healed. Hemlock, can you please finish this so we can start filling up these batteries and they aren't just sitting there looking pretty? Thank you. Very nice. We are missing a bunch of steel. Was steel not for sale, or did I miss it? Because if steel's for sale, we're buying it. Steel's for sale and I just didn't see it. Okay, we are gonna have to sell some shit then. That I don't really want to sell, but I have to. We could sell a lot of corn. That would give me a decent amount of money. There is the leathers. Did I buy these leathers last time when I thought I sold them? That would be very me to do that. Whoops. We'll sell the extra devil strand clothing as well. And we'll sell one of our cows, I guess. You know what? Sell a bunch of our cows. We don't need them. Not the pregnant ones, though. Why are these worth less? Weird. Now we've got the steel we need for finishing off these batteries. Hopefully Blotch can scan and find some steel underground and we can mine our own. Frankly, the long-range mineral scanner kind of sucks as an item, or as a building. It's good for, like, components. That's about it. Plasteel sometimes. But it's only really good if you're unlucky with the ground penetrating scanner. How close are you guys to home? About, well, it's gonna be longer than that. I was gonna say about 0.7 days because that's what it said, but it's becoming nightfall, so it'll be longer than that. We might need more haulers, I'm not gonna lie. I'm noticing just an issue with all the hauling. Hey, look, steel. Fucking way out here, yeah, no. Maybe steel a bit fucking closer? Ugh. Need to work on our wood reserves as well. These traps are not gonna build themselves. We need all the wood backed up so that we can do this. We've got a decent amount of plasteel saved up, a very decent amount. We've got 770. Hell yeah. Now he's making us some recon armor. Oh. was wondering why he was doing that. It's because whenever they leave the map, he thinks he has to. Okay. First thing when Tammy gets home, we'll give her that aesthetic shape, or aesthetic nose, which will make Tammy happier. Apparently this is just Yan's opinion. Oh, it's because okay. Whatever. So yeah, they need to like each other more. The slights will go away with time, hopefully. And as for why Tammy doesn't like Yan, they've had just as many insults as they've had deep talks. Okay, that explains it. Let's give you an aesthetic nose so that you are drop-dead gorgeous, Tammy. Then they won't care that you have creepy breathing. It doesn't matter, you are so beautiful, it doesn't matter if you go up to people like, hi. I don't think it's that extreme. Now, Tammy, I also want you to go ahead and upgrade your Psylink. Word of joy. Great. Pretty annoyingly bad, but whatever. Let's give her that new nose. There we go. Now what do you think of Tammy, eh? Ah, there you go, plus 25. She's physically stunning, ain't she? And Tammy has a +1 because of some chit chat. How nice for Tammy, I guess. But now they finally like each other. I mean, Tammy still feels kind of indifferent towards Yan, but Yan likes Tammy. Don't really want that. I don't like doing distress calls. Clean sweeper, are you gonna like yeah, thank you. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we're getting there. Now that my colonists like each other, so you might be wondering, why was I so focused on making them like each other? It's simply because then they're not gonna have social fights anymore. Which is finally, because social fights fucking suck to deal with. And not having to deal with the constant everyone in my colony is getting injured randomly is really useful. So, yeah, that's a big reason why I'm doing it. It's literally just to get rid of social fights. Plus, bionic arms are better than normal arms. Okay, like, even better than the tentacle arms by only 5%, but they are better. So, it slightly improves the entire colony. It means that I don't have to worry about social fights. I don't have to worry about infections in those arms anymore. And the nose was just to help with the social fights. Oh, there's some silver here. 3,000. Not a bad amount of silver at all. Maybe I will have to build power out to here. So it's right over here by the ancient mech drop beacon. There. That should also be close enough that I can start working on getting it over to the steel. There we go. Tammy. Still milking all those cows. I'm gonna tell you right now, Tammy, can you please put handling at a 4? We need to fucking stop dealing with the animals so much. Here, let's move this one over here. Oh, she's building a battery. What are you missing steel? Oh. Yep, that'll do it. Forgetting to reset her zone that she's allowed in. These need to be, like, better organized. Oh well. It won't let me, so I guess not. Finish off these batteries, and then we will bring over the wiring. No, please, we need to get this before the traps. The traps take so long to build. Oh my gosh. Maybe I need a constructor bot, actually. Hang on a moment. Now I'm cooking. Wait a minute. What do I need for a constructor? Constructoid. Basic subcores? Let's work on getting the steel. Once we get the steel, yeah. Let's go for it then. Might need to plant more corn again soon. So we'll get the power line over to the silver and steel area. We'll start mining up the steel first. I'll change the location. Oh wait, hang on. Where's this one at? Okay, Tammy, go for it. Come on. I don't know where you just grabbed steel from, but good on you. Oh, there's still... Still steel that hasn't been mined yet. Hemlock's just been too busy. Buy all that corn, by the way. This makes them move faster. Okay, so let's set up some glucose. Oh, those cost a lot of steel. Never mind. Yay, more steel. I was gonna set up new of those so that Hemlock could get the bonus if he drinks these serums, but way too expensive. Sadly, these are all bound to Fumiko. Fumiko's not coming back. I'm deconstructing all the shit for her. I've given up on waiting for her. Sorry, Fumiko, but you're dead. I don't think you're alive anymore. You are officially dead to me. Where's the steel at? Can we stop scanning it all really far away? Thanks. So I had Tammy go in for her death rest right when she put in the constructoid into the thing, because they should finish at about the same time because of the accelerator and the casket, which will be quite nice having her be able to basically sleep through the entire waiting period. Okay, let's see. Oh, more advanced components. Yes, please. Can't buy your regular ones, though. I could buy Glitter World, but I don't want it. I mean, I want it, but I don't need it. I will take Pain Block. That is... I need that. That is insanely good. I'll sell the Waste Pack Atomizer research book. I don't need it anymore. I still have the research not unlocked, but I can just research it myself. I don't think they're actually reading it is the issue. So, yeah, sell the nose. They have a brain for sale for some reason. Sell the Disruptor Flare Packs. And now I'll just sell components. Until I have enough. And one cow. There you go, have a cow. We've got all this silver here. Is that not considered mine? I could have... If I would have hauled this, would that have meant I wouldn't have had to sell the... whatever. No, buddy, you don't get to bring the steel over and then just stop. You're bringing the fucking drill over to the steel. Actually, no, you won't. Go ahead and do what you were doing. Because now I know we need the fucking silver more than the steel because we've already got a steel deposit that just isn't being mined for some reason. I think part of the reason things are taking so long is because my hauler is so busy hauling all these blocks instead of what he should be hauling, and that is my fault. I shouldn't have the lifter be doing that. I should disable it, but there. Not hauling marble. Now stop hauling sandstone. Now stop hauling steel slag. And I guess there's still like some bits and pieces left over. You can haul those. There we go. Now the lifter should be hauling a lot less junk. Where's this steel at? Oh, well, what do you know? Really fucking far away again. Yeah. Heaven forbid we put one fucking close to the base. So this room over here that I made is ready to be used now because the moisture pump is done. So we can go ahead and deconstruct that. Also, let's chop that little piece of grass there that's still there for some reason. And we'll put a floor in here. It is made out of wood. I just said earlier about how I'm worried about a bzzt event. Guess what I remembered after, like, a little while from then and I didn't bring up? You can't have those with the underground pipes, or underground wires, so it doesn't matter. So... oopsie. I'm a moron, we all know this. Tammy, how long till you're done? 15 hours. How long until you're done? Okay, you're gonna be done sooner. Only 13 hours of wasted time. That's honestly not as bad as I thought it would be. Or could be. It's not as bad as it could be. I thought it'd be better than that, but... oh well. I just realized that the floor was not priority critical when it should have been. Oh wait, no, it shouldn't have been. It should have been priority important. They're just not hauling the, like, knives here for some reason. Oh. It's because they're allowing broken shit on the shelves. Whatever, I want broken shit on the floor as well. Makes it easier for me to know to get rid of it. Now, one thing I want to do, I want to build this in here so that I can sell off all the massive amounts of food I've gotten here. And I'm going to put it right in front of the door, not because I want it to slow people down, although it is going to slow them down, but rather because then if I ever expand this up, it'll be in a good position. Because I'm still considering changing around the base. It's probably too late now. But in the future, if I ever come back to this save after I've beaten the game, maybe. I won't. I'll probably be deleting this save. But, you know. Let's get this constructor out and working. You got room for more bandwidth, so why don't we get 2 more of these fuckers going? This will be all the bandwidth being used up, but we can finally not have to worry about how long it takes to build everything anymore if we do that. Because right now it's like, oh, we gotta rebuild all the traps after a raid. Time to wait 5 fucking in-game days. This ought to speed that up considerably. So, paramedic is really not providing anything anymore. I think we just... deconstruct it. Yeah. What is it? If we disconnect, what does it do? Oh. Let's just permanently disassemble you. We got the subcore back, so it's fine. And it gives me a bandwidth back, I believe. More silver. That's nice. Why is that, like... whatever. And I do genuinely want another Constructoid. We'll have 4 fucking Constructoids. Because if everything is constructed near instantly with those guys, then we don't need to worry about any of the traps. We can have Tammy working on more important things. There you go, Constructoid. There's something to build. Tammy. No. Don't. Put you at a 4, I guess. Yeah, your handling can go back down to a 3, I suppose. No, actually, I still want you to prioritize crafting. Maybe we don't need this many constructors. But I'm still gonna have all those subcores ready, because haulers, on the other hand, we could probably use more of. Because I could always expand the size of this dumping stockpile zone. My ideal world, I want to get all the rocks in the map in that pile so that they're not spread about everywhere, potentially giving cover to enemies. But it's not honestly that important. We also alternatively could just keep the subcores saved up and wait and not use every bit of bandwidth just because we've got it available. One thing we are gonna need though, we're gonna need a large mech gestator. So why don't we go ahead and build one of those bad boys down here. And we're gonna build a regular mech gestator here. And the reason that we're building a regular one down here is because, actually, you know what? If we put one here, we could put another one here. I don't want to, but it's good to know that. The plan is we're gonna have... Oh fuck, who am I kidding? I'm not gonna need that many gestators. I'm planning ahead of time, but there's no point in planning for something I'm never gonna need. Once this constructoid's done gestating, I'm actually deconstructing this up here. And this recharger, we are going to need more rechargers. That is something we'll need. So, we'll line the wall with those. That way we've got a nice amount of rechargers. We don't have to worry about any of that. Three is fine, actually, because they shouldn't all be recharging simultaneously. Mech is finished gestating. There you go. Some waste packs, great. Why is she not... Oh yeah, I have her on a low construction. Here, we need a recharger built down here. I'm building these. You guys focus on the traps. This will be the mech corner, basically, with the encoder being the only other thing that we could really put over here if we wanted. Oh. How is it roaming away? Which door is stuck open? This one over here. Hemlock, go fix it. Morons left the door open again. Tammy, rope the animals, please. Okay, so this room is now usable. Now, here's the thing. I made this room not sure what I wanted to use it for. I considered doing growth vats and doing my cloning room in here. I considered having it be a growing room for plants. But I'm not sure I want to do that. I could do mech boosters, I guess, but that's not really what I want either. Band nodes. Band nodes are a nice idea, though. They are pretty expensive, but we could just fill the room with those and get her to be able to have a million mechanoids. Mechanoids? Mechanoids. Because we want to be ultra prepared for this, okay? I'm talking like multiple war queens. Mining 12, yeah, no, you're good. You're great, just stay out there. Now here's the thing. We have one more boss to fight for the mechanoids line of work. And if we want to do that, we're gonna need to deal with the massive amounts of mech resurrections that are going to be occurring. Tammy alone can't do it. Even all of my people together might not be able to do it. But if we call in immediate military aid, we have a chance. Stop spawning steel in bad places. Hosting a royal. Wow, I don't want any of these. So yeah, I think we might be doing that. What gear do you have to trade? Stop bringing garbage and saying you have something to trade. Now, alternatively, we could have all these traps get built and then just hope that the mechanoids will go through that when they attack. Not a great strategy, but it might work. It really depends. But we're gonna need a mech band dish to do that. So let's go ahead and build one right here. We should have all the materials we need for it minus the steel. Which is why we set up the mining thing over there, but... Oh, no, okay, we got someone actually. I want you mining all this steel hemlock. This is your penance for not doing it sooner, is that you're doing it all tonight. I don't care how much you don't want to do it. You're mining all of this tonight as payment for not doing it sooner. What else could I have be in this room? Because I guess one thing I could do, I could turn this into another freezer to hold all the food over here. And then move all the recreation shit in here. I don't know if I really want to do that. What else could I do, though? I could get a couple biotech things, but none of those are that good. A party room, I guess. We'll worry about that in a second. Is there really anything? Oh, you know what? This could be the crypto sleep room. I said I was going to have a lot of clones put in the crypto sleep. This could be that room. Darcy the Hopeless. Manhunting rats? Oh, no. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Not rats. So I've said this before, but I'll say it again. In Rimworld, when they send stuff after you, whether it be manhunters or raids, they do it via a point system. Every enemy unit is worth a certain amount of points, and depending on what unit it is, it's worth more or less points. And they have a limited amount of points they're allowed to send after you per raid, which goes up based on your colony wealth and the amount of people in your colony and so on and so forth. I don't know the exact amount of points, but I'm going to use some completely fabricated numbers to give you an example. Let's say a rat is worth 1 point, and they have 50 points to send at us. If a bear is worth 10, you can see how, 5 bears versus 50 rats. That's why I prefer strong enemies to show up rather than weak ones, because weak ones, you get like 100 of them. Strong ones, you get like 5, 10. I'd rather deal with a couple strong enemies than a lot of weak ones, because a lot of weak ones, first of all, will blow through all these traps like it's fucking nothing. Second of all, will tend to overpower with sheer numbers alone. Everyone get in the walls. Everyone get inside the walls. Do I have any colonists near the rats? It doesn't look like it. But I'm going to accept the visitor's help, just so you can see Darcy dealing with these. Here, no, go automatically attack them. Darcy is pretty bad at combat. I will admit that. But watch how quickly they can take her out. Yeah, she's not wearing armor. But still, it's terrifying. Now, everyone in my colony dislikes her, so it's actually going to be good for the colony's happiness, because no one likes her. Everyone dislikes her because she doesn't have an artificial enhancement. She's from a different ideology, and she's disfigured. So, if anything, her dying is just going to be a mood buff to the whole colony. Oh, Darcy, you gonna die again? Yeah, good job. You got one more claw mark. I think that one was a scar on your eye. Now, there is one thing we could do. Yan, I want you to use a firebomb on them. Although, actually, you know what? Let's do a high explosive one instead. And the reason for using a high explosive will become... you know what? No. High explosives has such a small range. I was gonna say the reason for that will become clear because it'll instantly kill most of the ones it hits, but at the same time, it's just such a small range. I don't think it's worth it. Here's who your target should be. I want mostly... I want a big group of rats, so focus that one. There's one more. Come on. Oops. Now the rats are coming in. They were gonna come in eventually anyway, but this at least injured them a bit, I guess. Thankfully, each trap kills one rat, so we had their numbers severely reduced. Don't care. She died, and now everyone gets a +4 because of that, so thank you for dying. So how many rats are left after that? Not that many. About 26. You'll notice that they can sometimes just run past. Very annoying. The amount of dead rats we're gonna have to deal with. Still more coming. You two can go ahead and rest. I think we've got this sorted. There we go. All the rats are dealt with. Fucking finally! That was annoying. But we do have this mech band dish done now. Tammy needs to heal up before I'm willing to do it, but she's barely bleeding, so... Honestly, I don't even need to try and tend to her. She'll heal up on her own time. Now, are there any more wild rats still up that are angry? There is one. I thought I heard one. Hemlock, go finish it off. Now we can go ahead and say, everybody, you can go wherever you want. That was nice. Just, thank goodness all those traps got used. I know that's literally the point of the traps, is to deal with that kind of thing, because imagine dealing with that without the traps. We would have had to deal with almost 100 fucking rats. I get it. But still, it's so annoying. But now, if you're wondering why I use wooden traps, because I know you're probably always like, oh, well, why are you using wooden traps? The stone ones do like twice as much damage. Yes. But against things like that, who die in one hit from the wooden traps, the stone ones are more expensive for the same exact results. Now, against like humans or mechanoids, yeah, stone's better. I will fully admit that. But I'm not always getting raided by them. And honestly, in those situations, I don't need the traps as much. I mean, I need them. They're helpful. But the mechanoids, I can hopefully handle with the Zeus hammer. Why does it vex you, Duca? Is it because you missed me getting attacked by 98 rats? I mean, it's a very fun, bizarre game. They don't take the game very seriously, I'd say. We've been collecting bricks to make it. We've got 439 bricks to make it with. We've mostly been having issues with the amount of traps we're blowing through on things that attack my colony. So I spent most of today working on getting mechanoids. It's a decent amount. Each like massive chunk of rock that we grind down into bricks gives us 20 bricks. So we've ground up a lot of big blocks. But it's not enough for it to be like, oh, you spent several hours doing that. Like, it's more of a like, okay, yeah, I dedicated some time to it. I've spent most of the time getting mechs that can do work for me so that my colonists are able to actually get shit done faster. Right now we've got one that's automatically cleaning, one that's automatically hauling, and two that are automatically building things, like these traps that we're constantly blowing through. But we should have someone who's mining over here. They only ever serve one purpose. Like, if you make a mech, you design it to do one thing. So hauling mechs always haul. You can't make them do anything but haul. Which is fine, but mechs also create radiation. Or, well, they create pollution, and I don't want to deal with that much. That is a Persona Zeus hammer. That is a Persona Zeus hammer. Yes, you can. There's a bunch of different type of attacking ones, actually. Oh. It is. I will explain what it is in a second once I set up more places for these people to sleep temporarily. So a Zeus hammer, I've already got one, and that's what my main combat person is using. It's a hammer that has an EMP built into it, which means, and it's like a big, heavy-ass warhammer. So it does a lot of damage to people, and it does even more damage to machinery, because if we get attacked by mechs, the EMP kind of obliterates them. A Persona weapon, there's only 3 types of Persona weapons in the game. A Zeus hammer, and then these 2 types of swords. One that's basically a lightsaber, and one that's basically just like the sharpest thing in existence. Persona weapon means it's the same as the normal version, except way better stats and has some kind of random good or bad effects on it. It either has 1, 2, or I think the best is 3 random effects on it, as well as just straight up stat ups, because it has a AI built into the weapon to make it so that it's better in every way, basically. That's why it has higher stats, is because there's some AI inside of it making it work better. Now, it can have negatives to it. It is completely random what it has. It might make the person wielding it depressed. It might make it so that they are psychically not as powerful. Or it can have good things. It can make them walk faster. It can make it so they get happy after they kill something. There's it's random. And like I said, it's anywhere from 1 to 3 bonuses / negatives. It's completely random if it's a good or a bad thing. So I just accepted a quest to look after a couple prisoners for someone in exchange for one as a reward once I've finished the job. Okay, let's see. Anything good that you guys are selling? No, but you're buying all my garbage, so that's almost as good. Just take all of this garbage I don't care about that's just wasting room in my inventory. Yeah, if I'm being honest, I'm not very good at this game. But I still really enjoy it. But because I'm not very good, the odds are not in my favor at all. I will probably fail when it comes time for the final battle. But that's okay. I do this for fun. Okay, no, it can't do that. It can't summon a golden cube. Thank fucking everything. It can't. Also, they don't want to buy all this. It's good enough. Well, yeah, we'll call it a shame. That's definitely a shame. Oh, I can actually see... Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying Dying Light 2. I can actually see what the 2 traits it to say. The one I am getting as a reward has 2 traits. Neural cooling, which is after you use a psychic power, there's like a cooldown before you can use more. This one makes it so the cooldown is faster, so it's better. And calm thoughts, so a free mood bonus to whoever's wielding it. That's pretty nice. So yeah, that's just a straight up 2 buffs. They can cast psychic powers more often, and they're happier. Oh, I forgot the biggest thing about Persona weapons. Once someone equips it for the first time, no one else can use it. The AI bonds with that person. The only way someone else can use it is if that person dies. So that's yeah. That's pretty nice in some ways, because it means the enemy can't pick it up and use it against you, but it also means that if your best warrior isn't dead but is unconscious, then it's actually worse than if they died, because no one else can use it. Ooh, they're selling a mare. And a stallion. Oh wait, I have a stallion. I could buy a mare and then we could breed more horses. Nah, it's not that important. I need to get my money back up. I need to sell a bunch of shit so I can get more money. So I'm kind of low on it. I have seen people do similar things to that. That is very much a doable strategy. The only thing that, like, an army of rats wouldn't work against is things that have AoE attacks, because then the rats would just all die off. But other than AoE attackers, a lot of rats can beat a surprising amount of enemies. No, not in unmodded, but I know for a fact you can make mutated rats in modded. Hey, we have 1 male and 1 female muffalo now, thank goodness. let's actually make this 4. Well, I mean, it's still a good strategy to just have an army of rats. Like, that is a very working strategy. You gotta realize, even if they aren't mutated, it works. They do not. They just count as an animal. So, like, I have all these cows, and they don't count as colonists, they just count as cows. I think it's time for us all to have a celebration in this game. Well, colonist requires it to be human. Even a mutated human counts, but a normal human or a mutated one, either way, it needs to be a human. Oh. Boring. Radotar. Also, do you think I have enough gasoline saved up, Duca? Or chem fuel, as it's called in this game? It's only 5,994 canisters of it. Just gas cans of, you know, highly flammable gasoline. You actually could do that. They don't explode, but they do burn really well. But alternatively, you could also just make Molotovs, which are probably the better strategy, because in this game, ammo doesn't exist, and that includes for throwable weapons, so you just get infinite Molotovs once you craft one. Or you can make like a grenade launcher, and you have infinite grenade launcher ammo. Pretty overpowered. The only weapons that have a limited amount of ammo are the one-time use weapons, which that's not really limited ammo, that's just one-time use. An example of that would be like the Doomsday rocket launcher, which is it fires a single massive rocket. Stuff like that. Or the triple rocket launcher. Fires 3 rocket launcher shots. And there's actually, Duca, just so you know, there's a lot of methodologies for defending your colony. One that a lot of people like to use is making a room that has doors that can seal remotely, but you purposefully have them held open until a raid happens. And then once they break in, the doors are held open so they don't break anything. Once they get in, you seal the doors, and you use Molotovs to light flammable shit that you left in the room on purpose on fire, so that the room heats up like an oven and literally cooks them alive. That is an actual strategy that people use in this game a lot, is basically boiling the people to death by just turning the room they're in into a giant oven. I would, however, I already have my methodology, which is forcing them through a maze where every couple steps they get jabbed by giant wooden spikes, which I think is just as fun, because they're just taking every couple steps, it's like, ow, ow, ow. And the spikes do a decent amount of damage, to be fair, even though it's only made out of wood. I mean, they do enough damage to instantly kill small animals and kill a human in like 2 or 3 of them. Well, okay, if you're talking about for the end game thing, there is no amount of defenses that are going to work against that. I'm just going to tell you right now. The only way you beat that is by just stalling them out. You don't win by killing everything, you win by stalling. I mean, I'm sure that with enough luck, it might be potentially possible to kill everything, but you're not going to win through a security measure. You're going to win through a mixture of RNG and just fucking hoofing it. You just need to get the shit done and then defend for as long as you can, because it's basically wave after wave of enemy that doesn't stop. So while you could kill everything that's attacking you at any one point in time, more is gonna come. So there's no point in it. Also, the Terminators are immune to heat, so it really wouldn't matter anyway if I made that hot box method. No, my methodology for dealing with the Terminators is I'm going to be creating my own, not Terminators, but my own mechs to fight them, so machine versus machine. That's my strategy. Yeah, specifically, there's a type of mech I can create called a War Queen, which is a mech that creates smaller, shittier mechs. So basically, my idea is to overwhelm them with numbers. Also, hello. Are you attacking my fucking constructor? You ass! An Eldritch Horror appeared just to attack my robot, which is basically just like a builder. There's a limit to how many mechs you can have. I can increase the limit by building this one machine, but like, it's expensive. So I'm going to increase it a bit, but I'm not going to be able to increase it that much. Because there's a thing called bandwidth. Oh, good. Bandwidth is how many mechs you can have. However, the stronger the mech, the more bandwidth each one uses. Weak mechs only cost 1-to-1 ratio, but stuff like a War Queen will cost more. It's like, for example, let's see, a War Queen. I don't know if I can make one until I actually finish beating the final boss of that line. Let's see. Yeah, there, War Queen. Each one of these costs 5 bandwidth. So one of those is equivalent to 5 of the weakest mech in terms of how much I can have. So needless to say, I can't make a ton of them, but I can make several. I'll make, because you start out with only 5 bandwidth, or 6 bandwidth, sorry. I can make, for example, 14 of the thing that increases bandwidth. And in doing that, I will be able to have 4 War Queens at a time, which is what I'm probably going to do. Wait, this is the wrong thing. I need band nodes. Yeah, so there's mech bosses, and each one, so like I actually had to fight a War Queen earlier and I beat her, but there's 3 mech bosses: a Diabolus, a Mech Queen, and I can't remember the name of the last one, but it's like the only one that's truly sentient, like, and actually like has conscious thought beyond just follow the directive. That's the one I haven't beaten yet. Each one has their own special ability. Diabolus is going to make a lot of fire and explosions, hence the name Diabolus, devil. War Queen, the queen, it creates a bunch of little shitters to attack you. And then the final boss, let's see. It just says it's a mechanoid commander, but there's a specific name for it. I can't remember what it's called. But it's basically the commander of an entire mechanoid army. And its superpower is it can instantly resurrect to full health a mechanoid near it every X amount of time. I don't know how long it is, but like it has a cooldown, but it can just say, hey, you, full health, come back and join the fight to its allies, which makes it very, very fucking difficult to deal with because you can't even take out its strongest allies first and like work through its ranks and then kill it because it will just bring back its strongest ally in the middle of the fight and then, oh, well, good luck. Apocryton, that's the name of it. It comes with 6 Militars and 5 Scythers. Militars are really little guys with like shotguns, and Scythers, as you can tell by the name, have scythes. You cannot make him because he's sentient enough to not be able to be enslaved. Because that's really what we're doing with these robots, is we're effectively enslaving them. Basically, what he would do for the colony is what my Mechaniter, which is the person who mind controls all of the robots, is doing. We can't have him because we've already got a human doing his job. Bringing him in would just not work. Because all the mechs only do what we say because we have someone who has a little chip in their brain that lets them control them. That's all he does. He controls them with his brain. It's a robot brain, but it's still controlling them with his brain. But I could make a Diabolus. I'm not going to because fire doesn't really help me that much. It actually hurts me a lot more than it helps me because of the whole weak to fire thing for my vampire colonists. But, you know, Mech Queen just seems the best way to go because you can just have a bunch of things to just pure numbers the enemy. So there's 14 of those things that increase the amount of bandwidth I've got. So once all of these are built, which is going to take a while because we need a lot of steel, I'll be able to have 4 War Queens at one time. And I can just send them out to do shit. Yeah. Because here's the thing, dude, I have more to my plan than just send out mechs. I actually want to be especially safe rather than sorry, right? Because even after all this, I'm pretty sure... So I purposely have not spoiled the ending for myself yet to know what I have to do. I just have tried it before, saw how difficult it was, and then stopped. So I know how difficult it is at first, but I don't know how bad it gets as time goes on. I just know the very beginning how bad it is. And when I've done it in the past, you know, since I didn't get very far, I don't know anything beyond that. There might be, like, a final boss I have to fight or something like that. And so in that situation, I want all of my human colonists ready and raring to go with the best weaponry, the best defenses available so that we can take on whatever that boss is. And so to avoid one of them dying from activating those things that are, you know, surrounded by, like, the robots, the Terminators and shit like that... Because you remember, they're outside of my base. I had a plan. You see, I can't lose my important colonists if they aren't the ones activating him. I make a clone of Tammy, because Tammy has the special ability of Jogger, which makes her run faster. I'll make a clone of Tammy and send the clone to go activate them. And then if the clone dies, who cares? It's just a clone. It's not the real Tammy. Big brain. They don't expect that plan. Also, stop attacking my robots. Of all the things you can attack, why are you attacking the damn robots? The Eldritch Horror shows up and instead of doing something actually, you know, Eldritch Horror-y, he's just like, oh yeah, fuck this Roomba. Stop attacking my machines! They are attacking my Roomba. They're attacking all of my Roombas. I have like multiple. They're attacking all of them. Like fucking 40 of these invisible eldritch horrors, and they're like, oh yeah, take out the machines that don't do anything except clean up. Oh my lord, they hate my Roombas. I can't put a turret on them. It would take too much AI power for them to be able to do that, I guess. Wow. Okay, Tammy, go repair the fucking Roombas that got injured. Where's the other ones? I don't think there's enough Eldritch Horrors. I don't have it yet, I still have to finish the quest. I have a regular Zeus hammer on Tammy, but it's not a Persona one. But yeah, if you want to see her use it, you can hear when she hits it and just thunk. How long until this thing can walk again? Oh, its legs got shattered. They did so much damage to my poor little robots. Didn't deserve all that. They went for the feet too. They specifically destroyed their legs so they couldn't walk. Nice. Happy for you, man. What's the dish, if you don't mind me asking? I mean, I can just look it up what it is, so you don't need to worry about translating it. You guys, what happened to these things? Oh, Duca. Some of the Eldritch Horrors survived, and this one over here is not bleeding out because it only suffered blunt force trauma, no actual sharp weaponry. And so because of that, it's just stuck laying there, and it doesn't... No, that's the best part, Duca. It doesn't need to eat or drink. I'm gonna leave it laying there in constant pain. Although, it probably would be better to enslave him, because if I enslave him, then he has a bunch of rods shoved into his body to produce electricity, and we constantly scrape little pieces of his body off of him, so we'll enslave him. Nope, there we go. You see all those? Those are chains, but you see the brown line here and this gray line here? One of these is siphoning energy from him. I'm not sure in what way, so I'm gonna assume it's just like sending an electrical current through him and permanently keeping him going, you know, getting shocked over and over again. And this one here is scraping pieces of his skin off just slow enough so that it regrows as he scrapes it off. It does piss off the machines. Oh, the other horrors, I got rid of them because they were too much of a hassle to upkeep. These ones aren't, but the other ones were. Because the other ones were ones that if I didn't constantly have someone go in and scrape the meat off of them by hand, then they would get a bit angry, we'll say. And by get a bit angry, I mean possibly break everything. If you mean like the black ball things, yeah, there's they turn into hearts that would have destroyed my entire colony if I wasn't careful, hence why I didn't really want to keep that in my colony. I'd rather not have it, you know, destroy everything. But don't worry, because I captured them, they actually have a chance at escaping. Right now they aren't fully healed, so right now they can't. This one is missing its entire left tibia and left foot. Okay. This one will heal fully in time, though. So, hey, I'm giving them a chance. A fighting chance. I'm so nice. Anyway, I'm... Cruelty to Eldritch Horrors aside, I'm going to end the stream there. We did a decent amount of work today, I guess. I mean... some. It's definitely feeling a lot slower because of a lot of mishaps in the past. The fact that I'm down to 4 people when I had 6 before. If I still had all 6, I feel like we'd be done by now, but oh well. Anyway, so I'm gonna end it there for today. Hope you had a good time for the bit of time you were here, Duca, and hope anyone watching the VOD had a good time. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I pray to God that doesn't happen, Duca. We do not need another golden cube. Anyway, see you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.